weekly video recap. We're pretty excited. Obviously, we all went and got to go visit a whole bunch of the offices over the last few weeks and go on the cruise. That was freaking fun.
Awesome.
That was really awesome. The only office we haven't gotten a chance to go visit yet is the Vegas office, which I know Max is going to be heading out there very shortly. So we're pretty
Which I'm
stoked
pumped to go see, by the way.
Heck yeah, so we're excited to see you guys, see what you guys can do. Obviously, we have a lot to go over on this call. Very first of the year, first full month passed. We have the team games we need to bust through. The first round of the team games is over. So we're really excited. We've started off the new year with a bang.
Super strong.
Super strong. The first 2 days of February, we closed over 30 deals.
Yeah.
So, which is freaking
awesome.
awesome. And January was the biggest month we've ever had, obviously, and that's really cool to see. Even with the struggle with all the guys coming off of the holidays and stuff, still the biggest month Meraki's ever had.
Yeah.
So very, very excited for that.
It's going to be super fun. One fun thing that we're going to have is a Meraki kind of culture and team here. As we start working with Solstice, obviously they work with other sales companies like Meraki, and there's one that's actually a little bit bigger than us right now, called My Smart House or something like that. So we're going head to head with this company, and we got to win. Meraki's got to win. So right now we're a little bit underneath. We'll keep you updated with that. Obviously, we're super competitive, as all of you guys are super competitive, and so we want to be number one. We want to be the best.
Definitely.
And especially want to be the best if we're working with somebody like Solstice. We got to be their number one guy. So as we go through these sales videos, we'll keep you posted on how we rank against them, but know that Meraki's competing as a group too, so it's fun.
Sweet. Now, obviously, 1CW is our big focus. I'm going to go over the last 2 weeks, the top 20, top 15 guys of the last 2 weeks as we go through this. So we have 16 guys that closed, at least 3 deals over the last 2 weeks, which is really good. That means we had 10 guys that closed, 2 deals a week over the last 2 weeks. So very good numbers. So some of you guys have a 2CW over the last 2 weeks, which is great. I'll start from the bottom. We have a total of looks like 7 guys that had 3 closes. Those guys is Alexis Ramirez, Angel I apologize, Magallanes, Pedro Salinas, Carlos Casillas, Christian Gayton, and Leo Madrano, Max Montoya, and Vincent Burgett. Sorry for murdering those names, but all those guys had 3 closes over the last 2 weeks. So really, really good job, guys. Christian Gomez, Jesus Bonrostro, Juan Mendoza, and Victor Hernandez and Victoria Romo all had 4 closes. So really good job, guys. Honestly, 2 closes a week over the last 2 weeks. That's very, very, very good numbers. Sean Sandoval in second place had 5 closes. 5 closes over the last 2 weeks. So really, really good job. And our first place over the last 2 weeks was Oscar Herrera. Oscar Herrera has had 6 closes over the last 2 weeks.
It's 3 a week.
3 a week.
That's crazy. It's kicking trash.
Freaking good numbers. Freaking good numbers.
So obviously, we just went through our top reps from the last 2 weeks. The top 5 reps that aren't managers from these last 2 weeks were Christian Gomez with 4, Juan Mendoza with 4, Victor Hernandez with 4, Victoria Renee Romo with 4, and Oscar Herrera with 6, which is just all of those guys averaged 2 or higher over the last 2 weeks, which is manager status. They're all not managers, so hopefully soon we're looking for those guys to be managers. And then obviously Oscar Herrera blew that out of the water with 6, which is awesome. So Oscar Herrera is our number 1 rep of the last 2 weeks. Kicked everybody's butt, and so he gets $100. We'll send it out to you pronto. So super good job. Congratulations to him, and good job for those guys that were up there. So.
Freaking killing it. As far as January goes, really excited. January was a big month. We had a lot of guys that did very, very well. We'll start at the very bottom. Vincent Burgett had 3 closes. He was in 20th place, so really good job, Vincent, with 3. Everyone else had at least a 1CW and above. Gabriel Flores Jr. had 4, and Victor Almaguer had 4. So really good job. Aaron Eliason, Alexis Ramirez, and Victor Rossell all had 5 closes. So really, really good job, guys. Carlos Orozco, Christian Gomez, Jesus Hervais, Victoria Romo, and Walter Koopa all had 6 closes. So really, really good job, guys. Walter Koopa just made it into our top 10 in 10th place. Then 9th place and up, we have Aaron Sandoval, Carlos Casillas, Edmundo Arneros, Jesus Bonrostro, Noah Weiner, Oscar Herrera, and Sean Sandoval all had 7 closes in January. 7 closes in
Super
January.
awesome job.
Super awesome job. A few of those guys even had more than 7. They may have just had like a cancel or 2.
Couple cancels.
Yeah, which happens, but that's like a 2 CW for the entire month of January. A lot of those guys were on a cruise, and they had New Year's, and they still managed
cranked it
still
out.
managed it. Then we have our top 2 guys. Our top 2 guys, in second place comes Juan Mendoza with 8 closes. 8 closes, not canceled. Freaking good job, Juan.
Solid month.
Not a solid month. And our very first place sales rep at Meraki, including manager and everyone, was Mario Ferreira. Mario Ferreira had 9 closes. 9 closes in January. He just did freaking good. So good job, Mario.
Super awesome job to all those guys, especially Mario, for being number 1 for January. I want to go over the team competition really fast. We got a lot of updates. Obviously, round 1 ended and round 2 has begun. So we got winners, we got losers, and then we're not halfway through, but we're a week into our second round already, which is really exciting. We want to go over, first off, kind of just a recap of how round 1 ended. And then we'll go over into our winners bracket and our losers bracket. So to start, we had Team NASA against TMT. That ended up in a total blowout.
Domination.
Team NASA had 16 closes in that round 1, and TMT had 1, which was too bad to see.
Yeah.
But we're happy everyone's participating. Thanks TMT for coming out and playing. You still actually have a chance to win the whole thing if you want to.
Yep.
If you can whip that out. So Marcos Morales was TMT's MVP with their one and only close, and Edmundo Arneros was Team NASA's MVP with 5 closes.
Good job, Edmundo.
Super awesome job. He had a third of all of their closes. Our next matchup between Millie and Team Fire. Team Fire won. Team Fire had 16 closes. Team Millie had 7 closes. So that was going to be a really good matchup. It actually was a really good matchup. At the end, Team Fire pulled away.
Cranked it.
Walter Koopa as an MVP had 6 closes, so single-handedly just brought them up and kicked some butt. Sean Sandoval was Millie's MVP with 4 closes, which is a great job. Super awesome job, both those guys. Walter's team just dominated.
Closes a lot.
He just had a lot of help, which is awesome. Meraki Beast and Power Rangers is our next matchup, which was super close. Super close. We had the Power Rangers taking it.
Yep.
Barely. Power Rangers had 7 closes. Meraki Beast ended with 6 closes. Ashley Moneyham and Steve Richmond were the Power Rangers MVP. Both of them had 2 closes. Real team effort there. And then Meraki Beast, Hector Camarena was their MVP with 3 closes. So super impressive job to those 2 teams. Power Rangers just edged them out just barely at the end. Okay, then we got Team Bullets against What the Fong. What the Fong won. It was 10-2. Handily. So Team What the Fong had 10 closes. Victoria Rene Romo was their MVP with 4 closes. And then Team Bullets didn't really have an MVP. No one really kind of took the team on their back at all. But they had 2 closes. So good job, both those teams. Then we had the Bunghole Delights coming out really strong. Kicking the crap out of Team Energy to kind of start off these games. Bunghole Lights had 16 closes as a team, which is super awesome, good showing. Team Energy had 4 closes, which is still pretty good. Isidro Vasquez was their MVP with 3 closes.
Good job,
doing it all by himself, so awesome job. And then Bunghole Lights, Noah Weiner was their MVP with 7 closes. 7.
And that's not the full month of January, obviously. The team didn't even start until after the 6th.
Super impressive.
Really
I know
impressive.
Aaron Elison had 6 closes too on that team, so both of those guys just powerhouse right there.
Awesome.
We got Sales Are Us against World Team for our next matchup. Also super close. Sales Are Us just barely won. It was 15-11. Both teams doing super good. We'll look for World Team to come back and keep themselves in the competition in that losers bracket because they kicked some butt with 11 closes.
Yep,
so,
they came close.
Jair Valles had 5 closes, and Buenrostro, obviously Brigham Buenrostro had 6 closes. But those are those 2 teams' MVPs. And then we had the Lucky Leprechauns against the Solar Wolves to kind of finish us up. Sean Carey was the Solar Wolves MVP. They only had 1 close, the only one that did anything. And then Alexis Ramirez had 4 closes for the Lucky Leprechauns.
Good job.
Their total of 5. So super awesome job. And then obviously the last team on here was the Sunrunners. They just finished their bye, so their break is over. Now they got to get into the competition and show everyone what they're made of. So Carlos Casillas was their MVP, even though they weren't competing against everyone. They had 12 closes in that first round. Carlos Casillas had 4, which is an impressive job to everybody, especially those MVPs on those teams.
Yeah,
So.
really, really good job, guys. Cool. So that's how we finished up the rounds. That round actually finished up over a week and a half ago. So while we were out visiting all of you guys, actually right before that, almost 2 weeks ago. And so now we're officially in round 2. Round 2's been going for a little while. We're going to announce where we're at. So if you've followed the brackets, you already know kind of honestly where you're at. We're gonna cap on that. So now on the winners bracket, we have Team NASA versus Team Fire. For round 2, Team NASA is currently winning. Team NASA has 6 closes for round 2 with Oscar Herrera as their MVP. He's got 3 of them, which is good. Team Fire only has 1 close. So Team Fire is currently under, but I know a lot of their guys were kind of off there for a second, so I think there's a good chance they're coming back. I know Team Fire did really, really well. Then we have the Power Rangers versus What the Bomb. Really close.
Super close.
Super close. Right now, Power Ranger has 3 closes with no specific MVP standing out. All 3 guys have 1, and then What the Fong has 2 closes, also with no really MVP. But so the whole team effort's happening right now, but 3 versus 2. So I guess we'll find out, what happens there. That's gonna be a close one. The Bunghole Delights. I know that half their team went to open up the new office in Destin, and some guys were gone, so they're getting a little bit behind now.
They're struggling.
Bunghole Delights.
The struggle bus.
I know, and they're against a strong competitor. So Bunghole Delights is at 2 closes. Robbie Reed has those 2 as their MVP.
Putting the team on his back,
Trying, yeah. And then Sales R Us though has 7. So Sales R Us is against them. They're beating them by 5 currently. Obviously, they still have plenty of time to catch up, but Jesus Buenrostro is on Sales R Us. And so they're going to have a fight, right? Once Noah and Aaron start, going back into it again, I think they can catch up.
Buenrostro's got 4 already to start off this round 2.
For the MVP, so really good job, Buenrostro. And then for the last teams that are on the winning bracket, we have the Lucky Leprechauns with 2, and then versus Sun Runner. We got the bye. Sun Runner does have 7. Still holding out there as one of the top teams. Carlos Casillas is Sun Runner's MVP with 3 closes already in round 2. But they're currently beating the Lucky Leprechauns. All of those are still fairly close, though. Honestly, we still have a little over 2 weeks left in round 2 to see who continues on. So that really could go anywhere. Now on the losers bracket, it's just everyone versus everyone else on the losers bracket. Only 3 will go forward. There's 7 total teams in the losers bracket. The top 3 move forward. That's how it works. If there's a tie, the sudden death, whoever gets a close first. But right now, we'll start at the very bottom. Meraki Beasts and Solar Wolves both have 1 close, and Team Bullets has 2 closes. So they're essentially set up to be eliminated for the last time if they don't move forward. Team Millie, which has 3 closes, Sean Sandoval has all of them. So really good, Sean. Just packing your whole freaking team on your back.
Keeping them in.
Good job keeping them in there. They're just outside of that. They need to essentially bump out the next team, which is World Team, in order to be considered to move on again. But World Team has 4 closes. Giovanna Garcia has 2 of them as their MVP. Second place in the losers bracket is Team Energy, coming out pretty strong also with 4 closes. Max Montoya, their MVP, has 3 of them. And then in first place on the losers bracket right now is Team TMT, kind of coming out strong because they only had like 1 or 2 closes all last round, but now they have 5 closes as their team. So maybe they're planning on getting, I don't know.
Trying to trick everybody.
Come back, win it all. I don't know. But they have 5 closes, which is competing really with the top teams right now. Vera Salinas is their MVP. It has 3 closes. So
super impressive job.
So really good job. So super exciting. Honestly, January went really well. February is going better, much better. So far on track to be definitely our biggest month we've ever had. So I'm very excited to see kind of what we can do in February. It's really cool.
It was super fun seeing everybody. We'll be back around to see everybody soon, and looking for a huge month in February. So.
All right, rock and roll.